Imagine a city. Think about its streets, its buildings, its bridges. Picture the hustle and bustle of daily life, the people moving through the spaces, the cars, the bicycles, the pedestrians. Envision the parks, the public squares, the places where people gather, where they meet, where they live their lives. Now, imagine those things designed not just as buildings, but as places for people. Places that invite you to stay, to linger, to enjoy. Places that are not just functional, but beautiful, welcoming, and human-centered. This is what Jože Plečnik did. He was an architect who saw beyond the mere construction of buildings. He envisioned spaces that would enhance the lives of the people who used them. He believed that architecture should serve the community, should be a part of the social fabric, should bring people together. Jože Plečnik was a visionary. Born in 1872 in Ljubljana, Slovenia, he studied architecture in Vienna and worked in Prague before returning to his hometown. His work in Ljubljana transformed the city, making it a place that is not only functional, but also beautiful and inviting. Plečnik's influence on Ljubljana is profound. He designed many of the city's most iconic landmarks, including the National and University Library, the Triple Bridge, and the Central Market. His work is characterized by a unique blend of classical and modern elements, creating spaces that are both timeless and contemporary. But Plečnik's work wasn't just about aesthetics. It was about creating spaces that people could use and enjoy. He believed that architecture should be accessible, that it should enhance the quality of life for everyone, not just the elite. Plečnik's designs are filled with thoughtful details that make them more than just buildings. They are places where people can connect, where they can feel a sense of community. His work encourages interaction, fosters relationships, and creates a sense of belonging. He believed cities should be for the people who live there, not just for cars or stores. This philosophy is evident in his designs, which prioritize pedestrian-friendly spaces, public squares, and green areas. He wanted to create a city that was livable, where people could walk, sit, and enjoy their surroundings. You can see this idea in everything he designed, from the big National and University Library, which is a hub of knowledge and learning, to little things like a park bench, which provides a place for rest and reflection. Plečnik's attention to detail is evident in every aspect of his work. He designed not just the buildings, but also the furniture, the lighting, the landscaping. Everything was considered, everything was intentional. Plečnik changed Ljubljana from a small town into a big, exciting city. His vision and creativity transformed the urban landscape, making it a place that is vibrant, dynamic, and full of life. Because of his work, Ljubljana is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This designation recognizes the city's cultural and historical significance, and it ensures that Plečnik's legacy will be preserved for future generations. That means it's super important to the whole world. People from all over come to see Plečnik's work, to experience the city he helped create. His vision continues to inspire architects and urban planners, reminding us that cities should be designed for people, for community, for life. The early 1900s were a time of big changes for Ljubljana. The city was evolving rapidly, with new ideas and influences shaping its future. Streets were bustling with activity, and the air was filled with a sense of anticipation. People were hopeful, yet uncertain about what lay ahead. The city was on the brink of transformation, ready to embrace a new era. After the Austro-Hungarian Empire ended and Yugoslavia began, Ljubljana found itself at the heart of a new nation. The end of the empire in 1918 was a momentous occasion, celebrated with great enthusiasm. The formation of Yugoslavia brought new opportunities and challenges. The city's borders were redrawn, and its identity was reshaped. It was a time of great change and adaptation. Ljubljana became the capital of a new country. This new status brought with it a sense of pride and responsibility. The city had to rise to the occasion, becoming a symbol of the new Yugoslav state. Government buildings were established, and the cityscape began to reflect its new role. The panoramic views of Ljubljana in the 1920s show a city in transition, growing and adapting to its new identity. This is when Jože Plečnik became really important. His vision and creativity were exactly what Ljubljana needed. Plečnik was not just an architect. He was a visionary who saw the potential for greatness in the city. His work would come to define Ljubljana's architectural landscape for generations to come. Born in 1872, Plečnik was already a famous architect in Vienna and Prague. His works in these cities had earned him a reputation for brilliance and innovation. He brought with him a wealth of experience and a unique perspective. His time in Vienna and Prague had shaped his ideas, and he was ready to bring those ideas to Ljubljana. In 1921, he came home to Ljubljana, ready to help rebuild the city. His return was a turning point for Ljubljana. Plečnik was determined to transform his hometown into a modern metropolis while preserving its historical charm. His early projects in Ljubljana set the stage for a new era of architectural excellence. Plečnik had big plans for Ljubljana. His architectural drawings were filled with grand visions for the city's future. He worked closely with city officials, discussing and refining his ideas. Plečnik's plans were ambitious, aiming to blend the old with the new, creating a city that was both modern and timeless. He wanted a modern city that also remembered its history. Plečnik believed that the past and the future could coexist harmoniously. His completed projects in Ljubljana are a testament to this belief. The transformation of the city under Plečnik's guidance was nothing short of remarkable. His work brought a new sense of identity and pride to Ljubljana. He believed that buildings could change not just how a city looks, but also how people live and interact. Plečnik's designs were not just about aesthetics. They were about creating spaces that fostered community and connection. His buildings became integral parts of public life, places where people could come together and experience the city in new ways. Plečnik's legacy in Ljubljana is a testament to the power of architecture to shape not just a city, but the lives of its inhabitants. Plečnik really cared about making things comfortable for people. He thought about details other people didn't, like how wide the sidewalks should be, how high benches should be, and where to plant trees. Plečnik also wanted Ljubljana to feel special, to show its history and culture. He used local materials like stone and brick, and he copied ideas from old Slovenian buildings. Plečnik also cared about the environment and how people interacted. He wanted cities to be friendly places where people could connect and live sustainably. The Triple Bridge is probably Plečnik's most famous work. He took one bridge and made it three, connecting the old city center to the newer part of Ljubljana. This simple change made a big difference. The Triple Bridge showed how Ljubljana could be modern but still keep its history. It became a popular spot where people could hang out and enjoy the river. The Triple Bridge shows how Plečnik could think creatively and solve problems. Even small changes can make a city better. The National and University Library shows Ljubljana's hopes for the future. This huge building, finished in 1941, shows how important knowledge and education are. The library looks like a big, important temple, with tall columns and a grand staircase. Inside, Plečnik made bright reading rooms, perfect for quiet study. The library isn't just a place to store books. It's a place where people learn and share ideas. It's a really amazing building. Plečnik knew a city needs more than just buildings. He understood that urban environments should be more than concrete jungles. They should be places where people can connect with nature, find peace, and enjoy a sense of community. His vision was to create spaces that were not only functional, but also beautiful and sustainable. He knew green spaces were important, so he included them in his designs. Parks, gardens, and tree-lined streets were not afterthoughts, but integral parts of his urban planning. These green spaces provided a refuge from the hustle and bustle of city life, offering residents a place to relax, exercise, and socialize. He thought nature should be part of a city, not just pushed to the edges. By integrating nature into the urban fabric, Plečnik created environments that were healthier and more pleasant to live in. Trees and plants were strategically placed to provide shade, reduce noise, and improve air quality, making the city more livable for everyone. Look at the Tromostovje Bridge. This iconic structure is a perfect example of Plečnik's philosophy. This pretty bridge, finished in 1932, has trees and benches. making it a peaceful spot in the middle of the city. It's not just a functional piece of infrastructure, but a place where people can gather, rest, and enjoy the beauty of their surroundings. It's not just a way to cross the river, it's a place to relax. The bridge serves as a communal space where people can take a break from their busy lives, meet friends, or simply enjoy the view of the river flowing beneath them. Plečnik knew that trees and parks clean the air, make things quieter, and give us shade. These natural elements play a crucial role in improving the quality of urban life. They act as the lungs of the city, filtering pollutants and providing fresh air for everyone to breathe. He showed us that good city design helps the environment and makes life better for everyone. Plečnik's work is a testament to the idea that sustainable urban planning is not just about efficiency, but also about creating spaces that enhance the well-being of the people who live in them. His legacy continues to inspire modern architects and city planners to prioritize green spaces and sustainable solutions in their designs. Plečnik's ideas are still important today. He changed how we think about cities. Architects and planners all over the world still follow his ideas about people. First, design, attention to detail, and sustainability. You can see Plečnik's influence in cities like Copenhagen, with its streets that are great for walking, and Singapore with its green roofs. Plečnik reminds us that cities are for people. When we design for people, cities become beautiful, sustainable, and inspiring. Designing for people is super important now. Cities are dealing with climate change, more people, and inequality. We need cities that are fair, sustainable, and good for everyone. Designing for people means understanding what they need. It means making spaces everyone can use, no matter how old they are, if they have a disability, or how much money they have. It means making cities good for walking, biking, and public transit, not just cars. It also means making places where people can connect with each other. Ljubljana shows us how great a city can be when it's designed for people. Plečnik made Ljubljana beautiful and functional, a great place to live and visit. He showed us how to make cities that are really for people. We need to learn from Plečnik. If we design for people, our cities can be efficient and sustainable, but also fair, exciting, and inspiring. We can make cities that are truly good places to call home.